Revolutionary greetings, comrades. I am Ngabuto Nicholas Mabena. Some comrades think that we are raising a trivial matter when we point out to Comrade Blessed Geza that he is wrong when he says that every Ndebele understands Shona. He is totally wrong. He is actually out of order. We are not doing this because we have anything against the Comrade Geza. None at all. He raises critical issues of national importance, issues that we have been raising. We have actually characterized the capitalist class in Zimbabwe as the looting class. He has gone on to list the names of the looters, something that we have been doing over the years. Because he raises issues of national interest, we should not allow him. We should never allow him to undermine other people in Zimbabwe because we have a history as the people of Zimbabwe. As I've said, we agree with the issues that he is raising. This is why in one of our videos we said, if we are to remove ZANU-PF from power, or if we are to dismantle ZANUism, we should not be blinded by what is called class purity, because it does not exist. We must use the correct ideology as communists to guide the revolution. So it means, therefore, that we will find ourselves working with people who are not communists, whose key mission is to stop the 2030 agenda and dismantle ZANUism. Their key mission is not resolving class contradictions, but it is to ensure that the Zimbabwean government, particularly its parliament and the president or executive, abide by 2 terms as provided for in the constitution. So we therefore expect that we will work with manner of people who are from different social classes, or in other words, we will work with people who are not communists if we are to end, or if we are to dismantle ZANUism. So this is why it is critical that we correct Comrade Geza and say, Chief, you are wrong when you say every Ndebele understands Shona. You are now elevating another tribe over the other. The history that we have, it's a history that resulted in a genocide, because there were other people. For instance, let me quote just 2 places from this book. I'm sure you've seen this book, Kingdom, Power, Glory, Mugabe, ZANU, and the Quest for Supremacy, 1960 to 1987. It's written by Stuart Doran. He's a journalist. In this book, he details how, after winning elections in 1980, the ZANU-PF political leadership sought to impose a one-party state in Zimbabwe. Because ZANU had won outside Matabeleland, it then thought that for it to declare a one-party state, you needed to dismantle ZAP as a political institution which had won elections in Matabeleland and of course in Mashonaland West. Now, in parts of Mashonaland West. Now, in dismantling ZAP, in their mission to dismantle ZAP, they then trained a special brigade, a militia, a party militia, with the assistance of North Korea. Its key mission to dismantle the structures, political structures of ZAP. And part of dismantling the political structures of ZAP was to commit a genocide, a massacre against the people of Matabeleland. So when Comrade Geza then says, every Ndebele understands Shona, these things come back to us. So these are not tribal issues. And we've said in the past that ZANU-PF, under the leadership of Robert Gabriel Mugabe, failed in 1980 to build an inclusive nation. This is what Mugabe is quoted to have. This is what the journalist says in this book, page 402. I'm sure you'll be able to order your book. Comrade borrowed me this copy. Says, the journalist says, these references to the intrigue against the party were tied to an emphasis on its breadth, repetitions of the collective responsibility idea. Mugabe told white farmers that the root of the problem was that the government could never accept the belief by some Ndebele that they should rule the country in view of their long history of kingship. Close quote. That was a dangerous statement by a prime minister of an independent Zimbabwe, where he was quoted having said, the root of the problem was that the government could never accept the belief by some Ndebele that they should rule the country in view of their long history of kingship. And we know what then followed. Because Kukraund was reporting direct to the office of the Prime Minister, who also at the time was Minister of Defense. Then Zopo is quoted as having said, let me start from where the journalist narrates it. He says, I quote, likewise, evidence of an intent to destroy the Ndebele in whole or in part, as opposed to accidental destruction or a desire to maltreat rather than destroy, is of course strong. Zopo's claim regarding the role of ZANU Central Committee, its decision that the journalist quote, there had to be a massacre of the Ndebeles. The journalist closed the quote, references both the ethnic dimension and an intent to physically destroy the group, at least in part. This was the attitude of the ZANU political leadership soon after 1980 against the people of Matabeleland. A genocide was committed. We are yet to heal from that genocide. When we are now trying, all of us, to say we are victims of the looting class in Zimbabwe under the leadership of Emerson Mnangagwa and his ZANU-PF political party that is busy looting our resources, looting the Reserve Bank. We are all victims, and we are saying we must, all of us, as the people of Zimbabwe, come together, unite, and dismantle ZANUism. Then the person who's the face of this says, no, the Ndebele, every Ndebele understands John. And the man saying this is an ex-ZANLA combatant. right? I do not want to get to say where was he during Kukraundi, but this attitude is the attitude that we are saying should not be allowed. There is nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong, if Comrade Geza cannot speak isiNdebele. It is not a sin if he cannot speak isiNdebele, and will not blame him. There have been many leaders before him who cannot speak in isiNdebele, just as we have many leaders from Matebele land who cannot speak Shona. That is not a sin, right? But for him then to make this statement in an interview with the journalist Mhlanga, who has spent over 33 days in detention for interviewing him, then he says every Ndebele in Zimbabwe understands Shona. We all know that Shona is not taught in all schools. The only language that is taught in all schools is English. And in that very interview, Comrade Geza recognizes that if he only speaks in English, the majority of his audience will not understand. He then switches to a vernacular language. No problem with that. But then the mistake he then makes is that if you are a Zimbabwean, you do not understand English, certainly you understand Shona. That is totally wrong. As I said, as I'm concluding, we have nothing, absolutely nothing against the Comrade Blessed Geza. Nothing at all. But we are saying if we are to dismantle Zanuism, this attitude of saying Zimbabwe is a Shona country, no, it is not. The Zimbabwean constitution says, I Ngqabutho Nicholas Mabena, I have the same rights like Emerson Mnangagwa, like General Chiwenga, like Blessed Geza. I can contest for the position of president. My rights are protected in the constitution. I'm a citizen of Zimbabwe. Just like Comrade Geza, Mnangagwa and others, I'm a citizen of Zimbabwe. Just like any other person. This is what our constitution speaks of. Right? So, we cannot, therefore, at this critical point, have a leader who wants to undermine another ethnic group and wants to force a supremacy, a tribal supremacy in our society. Some of us, as we continue to mobilize, to dismantle Zanuism, where we come from in Matebele land, we get these complaints and accusations from Mtwaga's activists and others who are saying, Comrade Mabena, you will not be accepted by the broader Shona speaking. And we say, no, that's not it. And we've always said it is the political leadership that promotes tribalism. And we should not keep quiet. When Blessed Geza says this, we must correct him so that we guide him accordingly. That in a revolution, it is not about the ethnicity. It is about us, all of us, as the people of Zimbabwe. Please write your comments in the comment section, like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you are on TikTok, please do follow us. Amandla Comrades, Red Salute.